Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Here's your host, Cyrsu Webb.
Welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrsu Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. But for our radio audience tuning in at WYAD 94.1 FM and WYADonline.com, we're glad that you all can be with us. Also tuning in to our friends at iHeartRadio and Amazon Music Podcast. We're glad you all could join us as well. We're excited to welcome Devonte Riley to our broadcast today. He's celebrating not only a new single this year, but also a new journey that he's been able to share with all of us, especially through social media. When talk to Devonte, not only about his love of the entertainment industry, namely music, but also what it's been like for him to see all the love coming his way. And, of course, we'll let you guys know how to stay connected with him and all the great things he has in store. Devonte, thank you again for the time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, Cyrus. I really appreciate it.
Hey, glad to do it. So, as I mentioned, you're celebrating the new single, Different. We definitely have to talk about that. I know you and we are connected on actually Instagram. We're going to get into social media here in a bit, but what has it been like for you, Devonte, to be able to see the way that people have been responding to the new single?
It's been amazing. It's been a dream come true after returning for almost 8 years. It's just been amazing. I'm at a loss for words. I really appreciate everyone for their support. It's been beautiful thus far. So,
you mentioned that support, Devonte. Let's talk about that a bit, because you're not only getting it from lovers of music, but also from those in the industry as well. I mean, what has that been like for you to have your peers actually show so much appreciation and love to you?
It means a lot. It lets me know that I'm on the right track and that I'm doing everything that I need to do. It's beautiful. You know, we just had Brian Abrams of Color Me Bad, the Billboard charting group. He shared it on his page, added it to his playlist. Maxine Jones from In Vogue. Just a number of so many different people that have shown me so much love that's in the entertainment business, actors, comedians, musicians themselves, you know, just so many people have shared it, and it's you know, in the entertainment realm, and it's just been beautiful. So
yeah,
it's been awesome.
You mentioned actors, Devonte. Of course, people know you not only, of course, from music, but also being in front of the camera as an actor as well. When it comes to entertainment, is that something you've always known that you wanted to be a part of? Is that an industry that always was attractive to you?
Absolutely. I had done some small projects when I was younger, and my mom and my dad had placed me in an acting academy when I was like 8 years old. So I had done a lot of earlier projects, you know, with Baby Gap commercials, Huggies, pull-ups, things like that. So it had been a blessing to just just been on that grind, going out, auditioning and learning different techniques and just becoming skilled with the craft. It's always been a dream of mine.
Yeah, I've noticed even in your interactions on Instagram and some of the lives that I've seen you be a part of, one of the things that comes across is, of course, not only your respect for others, but also your appreciation for the craft. How much do you think that has also played a role in your being able to come back, after these years, that respect that you have, but also that loyalty that you've been able to have to the craft?
It's played a big part. A lot of people, or a lot of aspiring musicians, actors, just different creators that are pursuing their own careers into the business. They have come to me, for advice, and they ask questions, and they pick my brains for knowledge, and they're just like, well, hey, Devonte, can you drop some gems? How would I go about pursuing a career in acting? Would I need to sign up for an acting school? Would I need to train? So just those things, with the music, they're like, hey, do I need a vocal coach? And I'd highly recommend, if you want to break into the music business, definitely you want to, become better at it. Your vocals is a muscle at the end of the day, and it's just like a person that's in the gym and they're training. They're perfecting. They're actually building their muscles, and that's what you want to do when you're a vocal, when you're a singer. You're strengthening your vocals. Singing from your diaphragm and all those good things that you learn in from your choir teacher, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I believe. So
For yourself, Devonte, as you kind of were reflecting on the release of the single, I think, and I mentioned we're going to talk about social media because that is how you and I connected, but I want to talk about something else, and I think that is one thing I've noticed from you is that you actually treat the business like a business. I think so many people, they get into anything, not just music, but they get into anything for a click or a like, or they're thinking about going viral. They're not really thinking about building something. How much do you think you're having the background that you've had kind of helped you in the success of a single like Different and being able to prepare for its release?
Oh my goodness, so much. I look at, I'm very big on long term. My thought process is very long term. So, I look at my longevity and how long I would be doing this. And, I see that, we live in the time and space now where a lot of artists, they're just looking to go viral, you know what I mean? And they're looking to just become that overnight success. And it just doesn't happen like that for everybody. And I just think at the end of the day, it's so important that you understand your worth because, personally, I had just taken 8 years. That hiatus came from me not, I put out my first album, Restricted Limits and Good Love. That's my first single in 2015. And then after that, I had a difficult time. I suffered with an identity crisis. So I didn't know, I didn't know what to do after that. And it was so difficult. So, just everything leading up to Different, it all made sense. I got back in the studio. I worked with some amazing people. I'm sitting on a lot of songs right now that haven't reached the surface yet, but I'm super excited to, be working with these great individuals and that are pushing me nonstop. And they're like, Devonte, you have a wonderful voice. Your songwriting skills are immaculate. Keep doing what you're doing. And it's just been a blessing, just to be in, have those people around me. And as far as the longevity and my career and how I view myself as an artist, that has really placed me in the position to understand that it's not a game. It's I take it very serious. So
right. Yeah, that definitely comes through. I want to say for those who are just tuning in, either on the radio side or online, you're listening to Conversations Live. We're excited to welcome Devonte Riley to our broadcast today. We're talking with him not only about his own love of the industry and music, but also what it's been like for him to share that with all of you. So, of course, as you mentioned, Devonte, you're sitting on a lot of music we haven't heard. How did you decide on Different being the single that kind of marks your return?
Well, a lot of people I played the demo for a few of my personal friends, and they said to me, Devonte, you have to let this song go. Like, this is the song that everyone is going to really gravitate with, and we've all had those relationships where, you've been with a significant other and, just things just really aren't how they used to be, and you say, oh, okay, she's acting different, or he's acting different, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's how the song came about. And it had, it was inspired. I was actually up 3, maybe 4 in the morning working on the instrumental because, I produced the song as well as engineered it and, tracked the vocals and everything. So I was inspired. I was listening to a couple of just Afro beats on YouTube, and then I got inspired by the beat. I was like, well, I don't know how I'm going to produce it. So it's just like a simple. The beat is very simple, like a 2-step, boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? And I went and I put the synthesizers on there, and I was like, wow, this really is a vibe. So the song just came together very perfectly. The chemistry was just amazing. So,
yeah. And that leads us to the last thing I want to talk to you about, Devonte, and that is social media. As I mentioned, that's the way you and I have kind of connected and stayed connected. You've connected with so many great people, again, not only in the industry, but also your fans. Talk to us about that, because it's interesting in doing this show, but especially, I would say, over the past 10 years, it's been interesting watching how people's relationship and feelings about social media has changed. I've had some actors in particular tell me it feels like another job, having to, keep people posted and going live and all. How did you kind of decide how social media was going to play a role in your return, but also in your connection with your fans and audience?
It played a big role because I allowed my fans and supporters to choose. Okay, so I did a video poll. I did something that I had never done before, and it was super creative. I had never done this. And I was like, you know what? I had two cover arts for the single that I designed, and I wanted my fans to choose between, maybe one design A or design B. And I did a poll, and I had everyone cast their votes on my Instagram, and everyone was like, oh, I like this cover, and I like that cover. And, we pretty much tallied up all of the votes, and the cover that I went with is the cover that you see now. And everyone loved the cover, which is the cover with, it's a profile shot with me in the sunglasses and the palm trees. I actually shot that photo in Miami Beach, in my hometown. So it was really cool to just, get everyone involved and to see all of the excitement and the buzz generated around the project, because it was my first single in 8 years. So everyone was super excited about it, and everyone just got involved. And it was just, social media really helped out a ton with, just letting everyone know that I'm back, so it was, it really, I rely on it heavily,
So how do you then see it playing a role, Devonte, moving forward? Because as you decide on, you and I had a conversation recently. I was asking you, about what's next. So how much do you see it playing a role in how you kind of introduce what's going to be next for you?
Well, just keeping my audience up to date. They can follow me on social media. I'm just so into art and, just designing. Like, I do my own graphics. When I say I'm truly an independent artist, because I'm unsigned right now, I'm not under a label, but I truly represent. I wear that independent hat. A lot of artists in this entertainment business can't even say that. A lot of artists, they need songwriters, they need engineers, they need producers, but I wear every hat, and that's not a sound arrogant or anything, but I'm super Michael Jackson with my career. I don't know if you remember on the one scene in Jackson Family American Dream where he was asking Berry Gordy, well, what is this? What does that do? And what does this do? And I want to know how to do this, that. So that's me. I'm very Michael Jackson about my entertainment career. I have very hands-on, very independent. I wear that independent hat, and I wear it with pride. I don't mind collaborating and working with others, producers, engineers, because sometimes, that takes the load off, and I don't really, there's some days where I'm in the studio and I'm like, I really wish I had an engineer right now, or I really wish I had a producer right now that could finish this beat, or, that can do, whatever it is that I would need for them to do, but I just think that having that skill set, as an artist, just, really possessing that skill it's a lost art, because a lot of artists, they don't have, we don't see a lot of artists hands-on with their music anymore. They're going to studios, they're paying for studio time, and, just to understand, what comping your vocals are, and how to route your vocals on Pro Tools and Logic Pro, and and all that stuff, and mixing and mastering and tracking your vocals, or all that good stuff. I do all of that on my own, so I wear that hat as an independent artist with pride.
Well, there you go. Well, great conversation with you, Devonte. So excited for you. Again, the new single is called Different. We got it through our friends at Amazon, of course, through Amazon Music, but you all can get it through your favorite streaming site. And, Devonte, let our audience know, how can they stay connected with you?
You can stay connected with me on my website, www.DevonteRiley.com. I'm also on Instagram, Devonte_Riley. I'm on Twitter. Everywhere, Devonte Riley. And the main place you can find me is on my homepage, www.DevonteRiley.com. So I'm there. I'm all over.
All right.
Let's get connected.
Definitely will stay connected. And for those joining us on the radio side, you guys are about to hear the single Different from Devonte Riley. For those joining us on the podcast, again, make sure you guys do head over to your favorite streaming site, get it for yourself. Devonte, again, congratulations to you. Thank you again for stopping by. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Cyrus. I appreciate it. Thank you, everyone, for listening.
Hey, glad to have you, man. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrsu Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live, and let's go make today amazing. Take care.